All right, let's go. Grip. Grip is, it's challenging. And I'm not about to even stand up here and say that I've always had it figured out, because I definitely did not. Before I get started, there's a guy named Rich who has trained me a lot, and he helped me really understand grip, because I was doing it kind of how everybody else was doing it. So this isn't a, oh, I'm better than you, I already know, and you should be like me. This is a, hey man, you need to know this because this is going to change how you shoot. I've seen the light. I'm here to share it with you. When people shoot a gun, you'll see this. Bang. Fingers will flare out. Bang. They keep having to readjust their grip after their shot, whether it's a small gun, big gun. I see it all the time. That's because you're grabbing the gun and you're treating it like a baseball bat. You're like, yeah, I'm big and strong. I'm gonna muscle this gun. You might be big and strong, but you're not stronger than a bomb. So this is a bomb that you're holding on to essentially, and it's going off 2 feet from your face. So instead of fighting, bees whizzing past me. I'm a city boy, I ain't with all this, we out here in the middle of nowhere. But instead of fighting that bomb, we're going to go with the bomb. So, let me see where my magazine is here. So, this is the magazine for the Glock 19X I'm holding. Now, everybody grips this like a baseball bat, like I said, but when you look at the magazine, it's not shaped like a baseball bat. It's flat on the front and it's flat on the back. If I was to hold this magazine, I would hold it with front to rear pressure. Front to rear pressure. I'm not really concerned about these fingers right here. I'm using these fingers, and I'm using this thumb. I feel like they're gonna tear me up about using those 2 fingers. Now, if I insert the magazine into the frame of the gun, you see the magazine is the same shape as the frame. The frame is flat on the front, flat on the back. So I'm going to apply that front to rear pressure. When I bring in my left hand, I'm going to over exaggerate this a little bit. I'm going to add front to rear pressure. Why am I so keen on front to rear pressure? Because I'm in alignment with inertia. When I fire the gun, the slide is going to reciprocate from the front to the rear. So when I shoot the gun, that energy, that kinetic energy from the blast is going through my arm, down my leg, and out my feet. So the gun just kind of stays, and I don't have to keep readjusting. Now, some people say, okay, but what about on a smaller gun? It's the same thing, but it's just even more so, because with smaller guns, you have less to hold on to. So, SIG P365, small gun. When it comes to the small guns, a lot of people like this. They like that little bit of ledge to put their pinky on. I totally understand that, because it does feel more comfortable to have something to place your pinky on instead of your pinky just kind of hanging out here. But with that being said, you don't need it to shoot the gun efficiently. Because what are we doing? Front to rear pressure. My pinky doesn't matter. Matter of fact, when I'm shooting the gun, let me get my natural grip here, my pinky isn't necessarily even resting on the frame. If I was to take my pinky and press in and apply pressure, gripping the whole gun like a baseball bat, look what happens to the gun. See how it moves? Now, that defeats the purpose, because when you're shooting, you want to acquire your sights and press the trigger straight to the rear without moving the gun. But when you're doing this, you're moving the gun. So you'll just keep front to rear pressure no matter what. There's something I bought on eBay. I bought a pack of these. These are some like little muscle rings to help strengthen your hands. This is, I think, the best depiction of what I'm doing. Front, I'm using these 2 fingers, this thumb, front to rear pressure. I don't know if you can see, my pinky is there. It's definitely touching the circle, but it's these 2, 1, 2, 3, that's doing all the work, front to rear pressure. And I use this a lot. If I'm just hanging around the house or whatever, I use this, and this will help strengthen your hand, and it'll help you get accustomed to gripping things this way. I believe this is about 50 pounds of strength, and it's starting to get really light for me. So you can do levels, but I advise getting something like this to help strengthen your hands and help you get used to that front to rear pressure. So now I'm gonna shoot, and I'm gonna show you how my hands don't move. Let's go. All right, so we're about to shoot, and I'm gonna show you how my hands don't move. So when you're doing this, what I tell people who I'm working with is, just think about this. Of course, you're still adhering to the 4 rules of gun safety and so on and so forth. You're pointing the target down range. You know, you're making sure there's nothing down range, all that, all the safety rules. But you're focusing more so on your grip. You don't wanna inundate, that's the word I was looking for, inundate yourself with all the other things. You wanna make sure you get this first and then go back to doing everything else, because that front to rear pressure is gonna feel a little weird at first. But we're gonna shoot 5, eyes and ears. 5 shots. Watch my hands, watch how I don't have to readjust, and watch how my hand doesn't slip off the gun, okay? 5 shots. Didn't lose my grip. Front to rear pressure. Now we're gonna do it with the SIG. It's nice and sweaty because it's hot out here. 5 shots, same thing, still applies. Got my front to rear pressure, 5 shots. Didn't lose my grip, okay? So practice that front to rear pressure. That's going to save you when it comes to, I feel like I'm yelling. That's gonna save you when it comes to maintaining a proper grip. And all these 7 fundamentals are gonna add on top of each other. I'll say you can master grip. It's gonna take a while. I'm still working on it. I'm definitely a work in progress. Sometimes my hands do slip. My hands tend to sweat when I shoot. It's just something you gotta keep working on, just like reps. Pick up heavy weight, put it down. Over time, you build muscle. So, what's that? Stance grip. We're doing sight alignment next. As you can see, the sun's starting to shift direction because we're doing this back to back in real time, so you can be thoroughly entertained and learn. So like, subscribe. We're going to see you on sight alignment next. Roll on.